Hey everybody, it's Amanda, and you're gonna make dinner with me. Okay, so tonight I'm making my husband really a simple dinner. He is at work and he's gonna come home on his lunch break and eat here with me and Brianna. And Brianna and I are probably going to eat probably the same thing, but probably just a little bit later. So really it's Rick's dinner that you're making with me. But I don't know, I might nibble on some of this stuff. So I'm going to show you what I have here and what we're going to make tonight. Nothing complicated, but you're just going to keep me company while I cook. Okay, so I have some ears of corn that I'm going to cook along with, this is hamburger that's been wrapped up. And I'm going to make some hamburger patties. It's my pan for the hamburgers, pan for the corn, and I'm going to put the hamburger just on regular bread. And we have some leftover coleslaw from our 105 meals video. I'll link to the top if you haven't seen that. And he's just going to have some of that with it. You'll see all of it when it's put together. But for right now, I'm going to start with the hamburgers. Now, here's the thing about me and hamburgers, all right? So I am not like a super hamburger maker. And I know, there are guys that are like, all about the grill, and they're like the grill master, and they think they can make the best burger ever. I am humble about my burger making skills because like I have a really good friend who you guys might have heard of Rick's friend Paul Green, his wife Rachel. They come over from time to time and we'll have hamburgers from time to time. So like Rachel does this really neat thing where she just like pats the patties back and forth, right? And she makes them so they're like solid. And honestly, I never really thought it made a difference until I had Rachel's burgers. Because when I do it, I just kind of pat them back and forth, right? And I just kind of shape them and then I put them in the pan. That's literally what I do. This is why I don't make a video on that. Like, this is how you make hamburgers, because I am no expert in hamburger making. I'm literally sitting here like squeezing it. And I don't season within the meat, which I think is probably something that people do. I just actually sprinkle the seasoning on top. So yeah, I know there's some things that I'm skilled with my cooking. This is not one of those things, and I'm not even going to pretend that it is otherwise. But I'm gonna go ahead. Ooh, this is so cold on my hands. This meat is really, really cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish making these patties and at least get them on the burner. So, but you know, I guess the thing is that Rick doesn't really care. Like if Rick was really picky, then I probably would try a little harder on the burgers. But Rick is pretty much just like, you know, oh, it's a burger, great, I'll eat it. And he'll eat any hamburger patty, it doesn't really matter what you do to it. So I made from this 1 pound package of ground beef 4 hamburger patties, which is plenty because Rick will have 2 and me and Brianna will have 1 each, and that's all we need for dinner tonight. And the other guys are out doing their thing, so they're not going to be part of this dinner. So salt, I just throw a little salt on top. I'm sprinkling it. I'm sprinkling it generously, if that makes any difference. And I'm also going to put some pepper on top. Now, I will say this, okay? Let me wash my hands. Okay. Normally, I put like onion powder and garlic powder, maybe some Italian seasoning on my burgers. But these burgers that I'm making, I am actually going to make them with more stuff on it because we have all of our garden tomatoes, right? So I'm gonna slice our beautiful, have you guys seen our Cherokee purples? Let me show you. Y'all, these are the prettiest. It's not gonna do it justice. The color of these is so beautiful. And you know what? I'm gonna do this for you. I have one that's already sliced. I sliced this one this afternoon. Let me just show you. Look how meaty that is. Is that not gorgeous? Is that not gorgeous? I mean, that is just the most beautiful, meaty tomato. Oh, it is so, and this is like firm. Those are beautiful tomatoes. Had to wash my hands again. So we have the beautiful tomatoes, right? I have some romaine. We're going to put some mayo. It's going to be amazing. Amazing. So I'm not really like doing too much with the burger because I just don't feel like the burger needs to be the star of the show. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the show. Just throwing that out there. So I do have to hurry up and take all of this off my corn. I did check when I was in the store some of them to make sure there was no worms, and there weren't. But I'm just double checking here because I didn't check all of them. And, you know, it's kind of end of the season for corn, so corn isn't doing as well as it had been. But, you know, I gotta be honest with you, one of my favorite things that I like to see my husband do is shuck corn. It's probably a weird thing. But my husband grew up on a farm, and also he has worked in produce, or he's worked in produce for 20 years. 20 years working with produce in addition to growing up on the farm. So he has shucked some corn in his day. And he could just like rip it open and rip the end off and get all of the stuff off of it. And it just looks so pretty. And he's just like, I don't know. Maybe I just like seeing him manhandle the corn. I don't know what it is. But I love watching my husband shuck corn. And I wish he was here to do it. You're probably going to want me to have a video now of Rick shucking corn. And he's going to be like, that's weird. I'm not doing it. But it is true. And so I don't always shuck the corn, but he is not here, so I must do it. And I'm just taking all the little hair off, right? We're really just going to boil the corn. Again, nothing complicated. I love easy dinners. The summer is great for that. Because, you know, just a little meat and some vegetables, and you've got a tasty meal. It doesn't even have to cost that much. I mean, this corn was 3 for $1. The ground beef, I think it was like $3 a pound. So, and now I got little fuzzies all over me. We grew the tomatoes. So, you can't get much cheaper than that. Well, I gotta say, the thing with the tomatoes and growing the garden this year is, you know, I have learned that gardens aren't exactly cheap. But what I do like is the quality. Like, I would never in a store have got a tomato like that because I would always just get whatever tomato is cheapest. And so we're actually benefiting from growing our own, and that we can get nicer things for the same price, roughly, as the low-cost things in the store. So I like that, and I like having control of my food a little bit more. I like to just expand our garden every year to where it's really, you know, just breaking out my corn, till it's really a lot. So it's a lot of our produce, particularly in the summer, but ideally throughout the year. I think I'm going to do one more piece of corn. I should say ear of corn, right? It's not a piece of corn. I split it down from the top and just pull it apart. But Rick, when he does it, he always breaks it off at the bottom first. And I really have tried to do it his way. I just am not as good at it as him. Who knew there was a special way to shuck corn, right? Some of you probably did. I flip these burgers. Now here's where you can see that my burger making is not what it ought to be. Because, like I said, when Rachel makes it, they're all stick together nice and firm, but when I make it, they fall apart. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Look at that piece. Came apart off of that one. I'm going to finish up all of this stuff, and we'll be back when it's done. Okay, so dinner is done, and it's on the table and waiting for Rick. So I'm going to show you what everything looks like laid out. Okay, so there's the corn, which I pre-buttered with the Earth Balance, and of course I put salt and pepper on it. You can see how pretty it is. Look at that corn. And there's the leftover coleslaw. We're still trying to eat all that up. And then hamburgers, just a few. And the beautiful tomato. We're from the South, y'all. Duke's. You can't have any other mayonnaise. Okay? I'm just saying. Shout out to my Duke's people. I expect to see y'all in the comments about the Duke's. Okay. Got a little lettuce sitting here. And white bread for some. And this is for my husband. He gets the wheat bread. And it was only $1, so I didn't think it was that much of a difference. Anyway, this is going to be toasted for him because he needs the wheat bread. The sprouted whole grain. That's what he gets. So, anyway, this is our delicious dinner. We're going to eat it. But you won't get to see us eat it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this video and get it uploaded while this sits here and cools. And then we're going to eat dinner while you guys are watching it. So tonight, when you're watching this video, know that we ate dinner probably right around the same time that you were watching it. I hope you enjoyed the Make Dinner With Me video. Let me know if you'd like more of these. Just hanging out with me while I cook dinner, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, you guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.